I don't know, it felt super chill today. I don't know what it is. He just like exudes relaxation when he solos.
Major team player points.
Yeah, that's cool.
Going all the way back up there.
Yeah, well done, Nick. That's good though, I've been stripped.
So we saved the day, maybe, to pull the ropes out.
Yeah.
In the Alpine, it's much safer to have small teams.
Nice.
That's why it's so helpful to have people along who can do multiple jobs, like Nico is doing. Shooting, rigging, climbing.
Yeah, just for oh.
What was that?
Oh yeah. Yeah, nice job. Oh yeah. This is the hard work no one sees.
300 meters of rope. Pizza. What's on the menu today? Pizza. I really like to explore things, and this kind of thing I can just do on the mountains, in my opinion, and to be up there with good friends and sharing adventures, for me, one of the coolest things I can do.
Oh.
Put the rescue.
You will have to down climb.
Cora's a total dark horse, yeah. I definitely rate Cora as one of the world's best alpinists. I can just ask him to put a rope in the most outrageously stupid place on this planet, and it'll just be up in an hour. And there'll probably be a little bit of complaining at the start, but he'll just go and do it with like 2 points of pro, and that's it, and then we're off.
We've packed up the heaviest packs known to man, and we are going to go venturing in some bunkers. And then hopefully get out on top of a mountain and spend all night shooting time lapse. It's going to be awesome. The view here is just, it's insane. And we've only walked about 20 minutes from the car or something. It's absolutely insane. What is cool is that the rest of our team are up on the big one in the middle, climbing somewhere up there. So we're going to try and spot them from our high point.
Overnight time-lapse missions are a favorite of mine, and this one promised jaw-dropping views in ideal conditions. But just when you think things couldn't be getting any better is when things often go wrong.
This Dolomite shoot's been so cool. Like, we could just make our whole film just from this shoot over 3 days. I just got a message from Nicholas. So Thomas got hit by a rock. Oh, everything was looking so good about 30 seconds ago. Things change so fast in the mountains.
I like to run in the mountains to acclimatize.
Hot, really hot.
Here we are at the Tres Cime. We still don't know what's happened to Tomas, and our nerves are fried. But there's nothing we can do except wait.
Thomas got hit by a rock. His Schlussbein is maybe broken. We called a heli. It takes some time, maybe. Wow, okay.
Rock fell off, and Thomas got hit on his shoulder. We realized really fast that we had to get a rescue, but we were there and we had no signal on our phones, so we had to top out on the summit before we can call to the rescue.
when I tried to move my shoulder, I could hear the noises of the bones, and I knew straight away it was broken. Corra fixed a line, came to me, helped me to put some slings on my shoulder, and then with one arm and with the help of Corra, I climbed this one pitch to get to a better place for an eventual rescue with a helicopter. This was in Italy, and after that we came to France.
Sadly, we must continue our journey without Tomas. The pressure is palpable. We only have one location in the can. Our next location, the Drew, above Chamonix, is even higher and wilder than the towers in the Dolomites. And so far, the weather is not on our side.
Drew's looking good on.
Yeah, what's wrong? I mean, it always looks like that. The white stuff is chalk.
It looks normally looks a disaster when it's so dry that it falls apart.
I'm super not stressed. We got the Dolomites done, now we acclimatise. And once we're acclimatised, then we just see. It always looks horrible at first, and then it all just pans out.
If we wind up climbing the things in Chamonix that John hopes that we climb in Chamonix, it'll probably be the most serious alpine soloing that I've done.
So all this is fine, you know. I just can't lift my shoulders.
Comes up.
Yeah.
I think you can. You don't need like a sling or
No,
anything.
nothing. He said, I was surprised as well. He said, no, you go like that.
Hello. Done, my love. Oh, there you go. Is high five?
Huge, your ass.
Yeah. Yeah, to be fair, I drank some water earlier. That's Jamie touching.
Okay.
Good, huh?
Nice.
Yeah.
Well done.
It is strangely engrossing.
Each of these clips, you could easily watch 5 minutes without getting bored.
It's very meta.
Yeah.
I'm watching myself in 3D.
Like, we are this team, this closed-off team, where we're just doing everything together as a six.
Yeah, it looks like skiing.
First ultrasound, saw a little thing.
Oh, wow.
It's all happening.
Did you send you a picture?
Yeah. No,
What can you see? How big is it?
It's like a fucking pea. It's tiny.
Right, yeah. It's got a little while to go then.
Yeah. Still marinating.
Yeah. They have a weight to strength ratio. Just think about it.
So right before this trip, I found out that my wife's pregnant. And so far, it hasn't changed my perspective on climbing at all. But maybe it will once there's a kid. Or maybe not. We'll see. I mean, as I've always said in the past, I don't want to die in general. Having a kid isn't going to change that. Like, basically, I make all my decisions in the mountains based around the fact that I'm trying to preserve my own life.
When you're shooting these solos, there's so much pressure and responsibility on the producers, directors, and cameramen. I'm pushing people to do stuff they don't want to do like all the time. But if they got a rope on, I'm like, I don't care. Like, go do it because you won't die. Or you just kind of want to shoot the minimum and make sure you shot it right, but you don't go over into excess, which is what you normally do on a shooting day.
First summit of Chamonix.
Heroic, dude. Wow.
Alpine terrain isn't really conducive to soloing because often you need a partner in a rope. So in a lot of ways, you need to be doing some kind of film project like this to have a built-in partner who's willing to walk with you to a crazy alpine wall through crevasse fields and then meet you on the summit to help you get down.
Nico has turned out to be this really great partner for Alex in this shoot. I think because he's so mellow and relaxed and he doesn't seem to have an ego at all. And it sounds a bit crazy, but when you try and partner people up with someone like Alex, that actually makes a big difference and it's super important. So they've been getting on super well. And I think he's been learning an awful lot from Alex, which is great. And, you know, obviously vice versa as well.
Watching Nico seamlessly move through the Alpine is a beautiful thing to behold.
Wow, climbing.
Yeah.
The third one is
We've been back in Chamonix for several days and the weather is still bad. The Drew is covered in snow. Soloing, it's out of the question. While we wait for better weather, we set out on daily micro missions to keep the morale high.
good. Come on.
Here, it's impossible. Yeah. Demain, nous pouvons, comment se dit rest? I don't even know how to say rest.
It's not in your vocabulary.
Yes, it's literally not in my vocabulary.
I'm ready to start crying in the corner.
No. You need to onset at 5:13 every day to keep morale high.
Yeah.
You know, that's the...
No onset at 5:13 each day to keep the doctor away.
Exactly.
None of this stuff happens without the base of just going climbing every day. It's like, oh, you can only do the crazy soloing for a camera if you've been climbing enough in general.
If it was up to this team, we'd just keep going rock climbing every day. But it's important to get up high, to stay acclimatized, and to check conditions.
It stings.
It's good. Not bad. I mean, I know it looks really bad. It is quite bad. There's no way to sugarcoat this one. We were up there today and there's about 50 centimeters of freshener. You know, you're like post holding up to your waist. Like I'm really small, so my waist is quite low down. But I was definitely thinking, I was like, it's okay, Alex was really psyched this morning when we left the house. Really glad he's not here to actually see the true conditions. But you know, it's like, you know, peering through the mist and you see the south-facing rock walls and they don't have any snow on them yet. So there's like
But they must have snow on them. If you're going through 50 centimeters of fresh powder, there must be snow all over.
It's funny because I consider myself quite optimistic, but I feel like you take it to a whole different level. I'm working on the Wednesday cross. Let's see what we can do.
1007.
Yeah.
10 days have passed, and the Drew is still too wet to be climbed. Alex and Nico decide to tackle some of the climbs on Digital Crack Formation, which are some of the highest elevation 8A rated climbs in Europe.
I'm not a free solo climber, so Alex has both sides. He's not just a free solo climber, he's also a good normal climber, and when we climb together it's not sketchy at all. It's always safe and casual. Yeah, tomorrow we will climb the the American direct, and then hopefully Alex makes a clean solo ascent of the American direct. We'll see. Depends on the wetness of the cracks.
To catch our weather window, we decide to split up. While Alex, Nico, and I take the train to the trailhead, John and Cora travel by helicopter to quickly reach the top of the Drew and fix 650 meters of static rope down the face that Alex will climb.
But in the Alpine, you have stress because you have the weather that's always running against you. You have snow, you have rockfall, you have so many dangers you have to get your head around. And that means you have to go as fast as possible. So you kind of have to go this small team and ninja style in the Alpine. That's why I love it so much. I have been wanting to shoot this route for about 10 years now. How would you describe Cora? Angry. I love working with Cora because he's like we're like yin and yang. I always come up with these, outrageous ideas, and then he always sort of brings it back down to earth a little bit too much, and then we find this middle ground, and then I sort of try and elevate him a bit. And at one point we find this ground that sort of works. The VR shot I wanted most of this project was an aerial shot high on the Drew of Alex soloing in this huge clean corner about 500 meters off the ground. It's really the ultimate VR shot, and I became pretty obsessed with getting it.
That is our money shot for tomorrow. Rigging it is proving pretty complicated.
I had a moment on the wall with Cora when we were coming down where we're like, this is completely crazy. Like, I can't believe we're actually going to do this and try and pull this off. Every single time I do a new production, I think about how to do narrative and storytelling completely differently from the last one. And it's only because, you rely on over a decade of storytelling in traditional media, but that doesn't translate to virtuality at all. So you have to sort of force yourself to forget it and start from scratch, but it's quite hard to do.
I have one.
I can use the end of my toothbrush.
Because I've spent literally the last year like obsessing over every single shot we're going to get and how to do the narrative perfect.
Still not working?
No. Oh.
Same error code?
Yeah. We need to get my second camera unit, which is in my office, obviously.
Yeah.
We need to get it sent up, but I really need it tonight. Can you call it the heli company and see if they can pick me up?
Yeah, no problem.
Sorry.
I'll be back.
Thanks. Sorry. It won't seem to access its brain, I guess. So anyway, it's
Shit! Fuck!
fair enough.
Hi. I just sent you the message, but she said absolutely no way they can do it tonight. She said the earliest they could do it is potentially tomorrow morning, and even then she's not sure.
Alex definitely has never learned the French word for rest. So while Jonathan struggles with his technology, he gets restless and starts climbing up the Drew just to explore.
Cool. Well,
I just climbed the first half of the route in my pro shoes. It was
very easy and it was very fun. And I had a great time. And then I called Sonny for the whole wraps down. Yeah, it's funny you were like it's bone dry. The whole bottom right now is like a river.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. But
Yeah, but
You can drink.
I was kind of like, I don't know what they meant by bone dry.
No.
No, but it's like totally chill. It was like,
I was jamming the back. And then he was below me, and there's no need to jam.
I was like just like walking up the outside in my panties.
And I was watching it every time.
So,
Yeah.
Your raven feather ceremony.
sorry?
Never mind.
Just muttering to his own BTS.
It's part of directing the BTS, you know? You just like mutter into the camera. You're like, so the guys are acting up again, but I'm just gonna keep shooting.
Feels a bit crazy that we've done all this work to get everything ready, which it is. And the only thing that's stopping us from shooting right now is the fact that my massive VR camera decided to stop working last night. So we are waiting for a helicopter to bring us a new one. But we don't have a time for the delivery. They've just told us they're very busy this morning and that they'll do their best, which is not very helpful.
This is day. How many days in a row?
I think like 50 or something.
That's 50 days in a row of finishing the New York Times crossword puzzle.
30.
Yeah. So the heli guys are probably like, what the fuck is this?
I know.
It's like a grocery bag with pillows in it.
Yeah.
They're all
Hang on,
this-
we're dropping off some pillows in an emergency.
Yeah.
Who the fuck are these guys? Alex Honnold, Jesus.
Totally.
What a lame-o.
No, I think it's more like John Griffith. Like every shoot winds up being so weird. I was like, oh, we did get cool things.
Yeah.
Second breakfast. So we have brown chocolate.
Ah, pull out one of these.
We have a camera.
One of John's ultimate dreams is to capture this aerial VR shot of Alex soloing the final corner on the Drew, a shot that continues to be elusive.
So, you scared?
No.
Should be.
Yeah, maybe. Because you are the pilot, yeah.
I'm scared. Whoa.
Whoa!
Okay. Ready? No. Well done.
That was amazing.
I don't think this works.
No. Really?
I have some work to do for the next 2 days, so I have to leave and then come back on the weekend.
Nice.
That's the plan.
Good plan. Good plan.
Yeah.
John, jugging with a very heavy VR camera.
Me standing on a precarious mountainside, taking off my underwear so that I don't overheat.
Might be able to get away with that. It's kind of scary. I'll put a back up here.
Yeah.
In case it all falls down.
Alex? Yeah. Just look up.
because if anything falls down while I'm rigging, it'll kill you. Perfect.
More complicated than the other rigging.
I'll wait until you're like basically ready.
This is how we make free-soloing movies.
Yeah.
Alex takes his harness off in the middle of a big wall.
But this is a pretty comfortable place. I got a ledge, it's easy. Normally I'm like hanging on some tiny thing, like slithering out of my harness.
You hit record, and then I'm just like so focused on the camera because, you know, tiny bits of wind, which you always get in the mountains, with that much leverage and with the ropes going up, there's always going to be stuff that moves about, and you can't have a camera that wobbles in VR because the viewer will then be wobbling and it's really uncomfortable. And it always wobbles a little bit, but it's kind of okay, and I'm just trying to like work it out, but also desperately hoping that it doesn't wobble so much that it suddenly loses that balance.
I watched a crazy slab of ice calve off down below me earlier. There's a lot going on in these mountains. You know, it's not like a controlled environment for filming. It's like they're giant things falling all the time. And I mean, the mountains are alive, basically. We weren't even starting to descend until 7 or 8 p.m., which is like so late. Because to be 2,000 feet up a wall, sort of quite cold with like clouds swirling all around you, watching the sunset. And none of us had headlamps because we were all sort of expecting it to be a much more casual day. And probably 1,500 feet off the ground, John made the executive call that instead of cleaning all the ropes as we descended, we were just gonna leave the ropes in place, zip to the ground, retreat to camp, deal. Like basically do some self-care, get some sleep, and then go back and clean the ropes the next day.
At the end of a very long day, when everyone's tired, that's when mistakes get made.
And we're all just bailing the camp and dealing tomorrow, basically. Whoa!
I like to run in the mountains to acclimatize.
Hot, be hot.
Welcome to the weird and wonderful world of skate supremo Gustavo Ribeiro. A story of strength, patience, and talent. Follow Gustavo and his merry band of tricksters as they hit the streets to conquer, discover, and recover. Mundo Gustavo, new episodes, now available on Red Bull TV. Wow!
Here we are, where I had the scare of my summer. It's cold, the clouds are swirling around us, and it's really late. We have too much to clean off the wall, and it's gonna be dark, with Cora the only one that has a headlamp. We have to rappel down the entire face of the Drew while racing the setting sun.
Right, guys? And we're all just bailing the camp and dealing tomorrow, basically. Whoa! 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 Sorry, man.
Fuck. Okay. You okay on it?
Yeah.
Besides your heart?
Yeah. It's like,
Don't worry,
geez. It's like I thought the anchor blew. Yeah. That was okay.
Also, there's an anchor here that we're wrapping from.
Yeah, Yeah, this is okay.
Okay. All right. We're going to finish this descent. I am signing off for the night. Don't need any complications here. Just another couple pitches.
Yeah, just where we bailed.
We're all back at camp except Cora. He stayed behind to get part of the work done. Slowly, we unpack the day.
Sir.
Nice job, dude.
As usual.
No wonder.
Highly ambitious.
It's gonna be so easy.
Once you start rapping, you realize
So far.
how far we jumped.
Mm.
All right, wrap us out for the day. Alex, final words.
Final words. We are back in camp after a very long day on the wall. We got the shots, we did everything we were trying to do, but we are all very tired. It's possibly the most messed up film day I've ever done. It's just such a big wall and just such crazy terrain, and we just covered a lot of distance today.
He kind of prides himself on understating everything. For him to say that just puts it into reference of how big a day we just had.
Symbol that Mac users get by pressing Option Shift 2. Well, I tried to, but that would have been your one chance. You would have solved the whole puzzle.
So Alex is really into crosswords, one a day from the New York Times, I believe, but most of the team are really not into crosswords. So we have our daily moment where we all have to like scamper away as he pulls out the crossword.
You trying to create good experiences for people or nightmares?
I think this VR film could definitely be a nightmare for a lot of people. But you know, it'll be good for them. Toughen them up. It's all about dealing with your fears.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so I'm getting into like a Solon costume.
Yes. Do you want to check out my dings I got yesterday? Oh! But then you're like, but that's fine, John, because you just turn it the other way around and you put, the important stuff on the other side. Aha. But I've been doing that already, you see. Oh! And he's off.
Okay, Oliver.
Good luck.
John fires up his camera, and Alex starts up the Drew's most famous route, the American Direct, allowing us all for a few thousand feet to enjoy the virtue of his reality.
And nobody's ever asking about the good side of the experience. Everybody just wants to know like what's going to happen if you fall.
Yeah.
But then like in VR, at least you can look around and appreciate the good side of the experience, which is that you're in this crazy place having this, cool climbing adventure. I think that Free Solo kind of touched on that, where you get audience members who are like, oh, it inspired me to do whatever. And hopefully a VR film like this could do something like that as well.
You want every shot to be really exciting. So the only tool at your disposition is location, because all you can do is put a camera in a location. You can't do anything with the lenses, right? Because it's meant to be just our human vision, which means that like getting that location perfect is everything in VR. It if we shot like a film of you soloing some kind of like really crap crack down in the valley or something, then that's just what it would be. It'd be really uninspiring, but you can make a cool film about it, right? Because you've like all the cool angles and, you know, make it exciting.
Close-ups.
Yeah, but to actually make a really cool VR film about you soloing, it has to actually be cool at the core. Like we have to go somewhere proper.
Even more impressive than watching Alex climbing the route was watching him down solo the entire thing. Definitely amazing to witness that and film it. But in the end, I know John is still gutted because he never got his aerial shot in the upper corner.
Basically climbed the route yesterday to film and then climbed half the route the day before just because I was excited and wanted to check it out. And now climbing the Drew 3 times in 3 days.
Good work. Thank you so much. I bet you
like, yeah,
He died though.
Good work.
What a wall, huh? And on the way down, I was like, I think I've had enough climbing. I was like, even the easy stuff was starting to feel like I'm just kind of exhausted, you know, like just squeezing 5/8 jugs. I was like, oh, my arms, I feel a little shaky. Oh, well, that was exciting. Now we can all go home. Magnifique. I'm excited for my friends and families that have like seen all my films and seen interviews and things like that, but they don't, you know, they can't necessarily appreciate the position because they've never soloed, they've never been in those places, and I think VR will take them to those places. Come on.
God, come on.
You must have heard of one of them. Okay, delighted?
The rhyme ice.
How do we go down? Call for a rescue? You don't really want to repel.
I think our
You have ice all over your eyelashes.
Probably this is okay first.
Finger on your own.
Yeah, well, good.
We decide tomorrow.
So you're a little concerned.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't fuck with avalanches, man. Living in Chamonix, it's every single year that people get, you know, in trouble because of avalanches, and it doesn't matter if it's winter or summer. If it's snowing and if it's wind and you are on a big snow slope, 40 degrees, with cornices and Sarahs looming above, that's a real concern.
The only problem? We have 2 days left, and we're feeling a little under the gun. The 4 of us, except John, are skeptical we'll manage to film the last shots on the Drew.
I think you should go to the right and see how bad it looks, that bathroom directly under the buttress. Yeah. That's the most sheltered. And if it's bad, then we go completely on the left and cut diagonally.
They're making a plan. I'm gonna stay in the back.
Due to conditions, we switched our objectives to Mount Maudit, which is actually an even bigger mountain with even more unknowns, where Nico's abilities to climb, shoot, and lead really came into play.
I don't like this place. We're here. We're praying to God.
Thankfully, we know that nothing ever goes wrong on a John Griffith shoot.
Yeah.
So we feel protected.
It's become apparent that Nico is the only one fit enough to enjoy this. He'll be leading tomorrow.
On top of the gully, a bit sketchy in these conditions, but yeah, manageable. Now we go over to the hut. And yeah, maybe it's already time for some dinner.
Oh, way! Cumbre! Oh yeah, look at that hut.
Yeah, cool. We made it. Finally. Be careful.
Yeah, corners. Like little.
Cumbre, what?
Yeah.
Maybe that's the hardest access to a hut, huh?
I know. I'm kind of like, oh, this hut is like sort of extreme.
Our lovely hut. Here we have the beds. And here we have the kitchen.
They've done some work.
Good night, Daddy Renan.
I'm gonna be cold down in my little hole.
What time is it?
It's sending a clock.
Let's just get my breakfast in bed. I'm such a diva. Are you nervous?
I'm not really nervous. I was actually spent a good hour and a bit last night trying to work out how we could get to the Drew. So that took up a decent chunk of my night.
Super crazy scrambling in loose rock.
Yeah.
Yeah. No fall zone.
Yeah, definitely. Ooh, looks spicy. How it's going with the Titan?
It's pretty heavy. It's like a lot less forgiving when you sort of, you know, have a little slip up or something.
Yeah.
This shit on your back.
Oh, last time.
Just hiding out here with Cora. We're moving very slow, but it's already been a really long morning.
Yeah, I feel like we've been going on forever. Right?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Yeah, nice terrain. I like it. You can move fast. It's not difficult. But it's
Camera
not too
rolls,
easy.
Nick runs.
Now we are kind of halfway.
Halfway?
Yeah.
Oh, mais c'est pas. Do we
C'est pas
can I
possible.
give you something?
Huh?
Can I give you something? I feel like I'm the slowest here. Nick, you want to just go?
Yeah, that's doing well.
Oh, my heart, my lungs.
Yeah. There we are. Now maybe on 4,000 meter, maybe not 10.
Only guide.
You know, I was just thinking, it's kind of crazy, but I think this will be the hardest alpinism I've ever done.
Really?
Like for real. I think
Oh, crazy.
maybe like the biggest mountain like at altitude with real climbing. You know, because like I climbed bigger mountains, but they were like rock climbing, so it's a lot easier for me.
I think you can continue.
You think it's better up there for a snack?
Maybe. You can just look around the corner.
Yeah, no, this
Maybe Cora knows it. Yeah, here we are. Just a few meters from the summit.
And Nicholas just has an incredible level of fitness and just looks so comfortable on alpine terrain. He literally broke trail the whole way. And then later, actually, as we were beginning the descent, we got into some harder ice climbing, and basically I was sort of uncomfortable with my cramp on the tools. It all felt like a little more extreme for me. I was moving very slowly and carefully. And he basically, he went down a ways and then, you know, took some pictures. He was like hanging out and then saw that I was uncomfortable. And then basically jogged back up to me in his crampons, handed me his tool, and then trotted back down with no ice tool.
The summit of Momogi. Yeah.
We climbed partly back down the mountain, got picked up by a helicopter, back down to town, like change of kits, change of everything, you know, cameras, everything else. And then me and Alex got winched like 3/4 away up the Drew, which is, you know, pretty exciting moment, especially when you're really tired already. And you just gotta, you know, you basically clip into the winch on the side of the helicopter and they just push you out on the arm and you're like, whoa, okay, it's really steep up here.
It's just kind of extreme to helicopter into the corner. It's like it's all a little scary and like they're like, whoa, c'est beaucoup. Yeah. I gotta take a shower and like.
It was a very shamany day. Like start with
dude.
Alpidorect and finish with rock climbing.
Yeah.
With a little helicopter.
And the winching in and out of the helicopter, you're like, oh, it's exciting, huh?
All right. I think that's all I've got. Gotta dump these cards at some point. We have like, 12 hours until we hit the airport.
I feel like that's really been a characteristic of this whole trip. You know, like stay positive, put yourself in the right position, and then great things work out from time to time when you're sort of ready in the right position.
Maintaining our positive attitude, we continue to our next stop, the United States, where we shoot Alex soloing in his element. It's the last stretch of a long production in which we have profoundly experienced not only the beauty of nature, but also the effects of climate change. We continue in what seems like perpetual motion, avoiding wildfires, threading the needles of weather and safety, all of us becoming increasingly exhausted. But we hope we're creating something for posterity. In the end, Jonathan's harebrained schemes all worked out. We have created something really special. had my doubts, but he answered them. I guess we all answered them together. Because Nico, Alex, Cora, Jonathan, Tomas, and I, we all believed in this project. Sometimes we didn't, but we had to work hard, stay positive, stay focused, and overcome our doubts together, which I guess is the definition of teamwork and the definition of a summer well spent.
Thank you so much. God, what a day.
What a day.
What a day.
Good job.
Good job. Thanks, Shannon.
I like to run in the mountains to acclimatize.
Hot, it's really hot.
Ready, dropping it fast. 3, 2, 1, drop it.
Most people probably won't understand why I want to do it again if you pretty much almost died on that jump, but I think I would do it again.
Wenn ich 1 Millimeter zu eng an der Stange bin oder nicht, dann kann es das ausbedeuten. Oder auch eine Millisekunde einfach einen Ausschlag geben können, ob was gut war oder ob es nicht gut war.
It's pretty intimidating how quick that can come about, being in your comfortable little cabin and then all of a sudden you're just by yourself on top of some real nasty stuff.
It's just so rewarding when you get those perfect days where everything comes together, like in Alaska on a perfect day. That's worth taking all the risk and desperation that you get along the way, and that makes it worth it for me to keep going.
You win some, you lose some.
Das, was einen alpinen Rennsport ausmacht, ist einfach diese Suche nach der Perfektion. Die Suche nach den Hundertsteln. Man schraubt darum, man fällt darum, der Druck ist mal anders und ich muss einfach immer funktionieren. Immer. Auch wenn der Druck noch so groß ist. Ich habe einfach zu funktionieren. Wenn ich 1 Millimeter zu eng an der Stange bin oder nicht, dann kann es das ausbedeuten. Oder auch eine Millisekunde einfach einen Ausschlag geben können, ob was gut war oder ob es nicht gut war. Aber das ist auch gleichzeitig die Herausforderung, was es da davon ausmacht. Es tut mir einfach unheimlich gut, daheim zu sein. Und ich habe ein Riesenglück, dass da so ein Berg steht wie der Guteberg, der einfach vom Gelände her schon sehr, sehr schwierig ist. Aber wenn du hier gut fährst, wenn du das merkst, dass es hier funktioniert, dann kann es überall funktionieren.
Oben war es geil. War wieder das Verspielte da, trotzdem die risikobereite Position. Richtig geile Reaktionen von Ski und vom Material kämen. Mir gefällt das gut. War eben so Flächen rein. Weißt du, was ich meine? Nee, weiß was du. Also, letztes Training war lässig, aber das war also so von der Körpersprache, von der Risikobereitschaft und von der Stellung im Hang richtig geil.
Der Felix ist mit dieser Fähigkeit ausgestattet, ein außergewöhnliches Gleichgewichtsgefühl zu haben, ein außergewöhnliches Bewegungsgefühl zu haben und das setzt ihn einmal in andere Positionen wie manche andere. Er hat erst mitbekommen, was sich viele andere hart erarbeiten müssen.
Sehr, sehr großes Team. Da ist der Servicemann dabei, der fürs Material zuständig ist. Also ohne den wäre überhaupt nichts möglich. Dann sind die Trainer natürlich da, die alles machen, dass wir möglichst perfekte Verhältnisse vorfinden.
Wir spritzen zum Beispiel die Pisten identisch gleich, wie sie dann am Wettkampf angefahren werden, obwohl sie bloß 5 bis 6 Mal gefahren werden. Das heißt, das ist ein Aufwand von 6 bis 8 Stunden für die Trainer, nur den Hang so herzurichten. Das ist ohne ein Team um den Rennfahrer oder um den absoluten Spitzenmann gar nicht zu bestreiten und das internationale absolute Spitzenniveau halten zu können.
Coming to Alaska for a ski movie is the pinnacle of big mountain skiing. You're getting to take part in documenting some of the craziest skiing that ever happens.
So in a place like Alaska, it's not just about the skiing and the skiers. Obviously, there's a big crew behind that makes it possible. Without, it just doesn't happen.
They want to come up here and they want to make their movie. They want to get their shots. And that's stressful because it's Mother Nature out there and it's big and bad. And however much we want to make out of it and get out of it, it's like it's not up to us. It's up to her.
Everything up here in Alaska is a team effort because we're all relying on each other for safety, for productivity, for support, and that's the film crew, the athletes, and the guide.
It's working together, and in that, you trust one another. Team mentality or just the group dynamics can make or break a trip or even, or a certain day.
You don't always get it the way you want it. The weather doesn't wait for you, you wait for the weather, and then you wait for the snow and the mountain to be ready, and then you have to be ready. I think that's what makes it so intense.